We are in the middle of the international break where, through 8 games, the Premier League sides have looked either good, bad, or inconsistent. We want to know, though, which sides have looked really inspiring and which sides have looked terrible through 8 games. Let's eat.
What time is it? Game time! Woo!
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Edwin, aka King Jalal, and we are back again with some Premier League coverage, guys. If you don't know, this will be a soccer video, so sit back, relax, and let's get straight into it. Because we have international break, and so far through 8 games, we've had some really good surprises with some teams, some uninspiring surprises with these teams, and some really good performances all around. Some shocking performances, in my opinion. But let's get straight into it, though, guys. Let's start off with the title winners from last season. Liverpool, third in the league so far. Liverpool fans, right now for Liverpool, you have to use one word right now: hope. Hope, right? Liverpool is going through an injury crisis. Virgil van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Joe Gomez, all injured. My goodness. That's obviously they're a well-balanced team, but to me, that's one of the best strong suits in the team, and now 3 of their 4 main defenders are out so far. So, what do Liverpool do right now? Well, they're third in the league so far, and on top of that, what you do is you use offense as your best form of defense. What does that mean? Obviously, score more goals than the other team. Easier said than done, but you have the likes of Diego Jota, who looks really quality right now. He looks like a great player. And on top of that, you still have the likes of Sadio Mane, Salah, Firmino, who are still there. So that top 4 could possibly get you some goals that can hopefully carry you out until your main defenders come back into the squad. So hopefully for Liverpool, they maintain at least a top 4, top 3 finish until their main defenders come back in the squad. But who knows how long that'll be, right? Could take some time. You never know. Let's move on next to Man City, 10th in the league so far. Really uninspiring football. I think that Man City have not looked like themselves throughout the whole season. I mean, you have uninspiring draws to Leeds United, West Ham. And on top of that, they have looked kind of bad with that loss to Leicester 2-5. Get that. However, we have to give Man City some slack here because they have some new players that are still being integrated into the team. Ferran Torres, Nathan Ake, and on top of that, you have Ruben Diaz. Now, I'm not saying that that's all on them. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be winning these games that they're drawing or losing to. However, Man City right now is still early in the season, and for them, they're still finding their way through. Right, it's still early. I wouldn't count them out of the title race just yet, even though they are 10th. Liverpool is 3rd, and we'll get into this later. But Leicester is 1st. So, but still, I do know the quality that Man City possess to get them back into the title race. So we'll see how that goes in the future. Arsenal next, 11th. Listen, guys, Arsenal have looked really inconsistent. My man Damier over there, they look really inconsistent. Now I'm being nice by saying that they've looked really inconsistent because nice is not even what I should go off of. They look terrible in my opinion. I mean, you have uninspiring wins against Sheffield United, who are last in the league. West Ham, not really that good. So it's not looking too good right now. It's really not looking too good. You have a great win against Manchester United. The first away win against a Big Six club, against United for that matter, since 2015, I think it was 14, I believe, last time we beat United. I forget the date. It was a lot going on in my mind when we beat them. But anyways, the team has structure, but no creativity. So look out for Mikel Arteta to find a way to integrate some creativity, some much needed creativity throughout that side, because right now we are struggling. We need something that can rejuvenate this team and to find a way to be able to put some goals into the net, because right now all of our attackers are out of form. They're not in form right now. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang hasn't scored a goal of open play since the Fulham game, which was the first game of the season. So it's not looking too good right now, but we'll see what happens in the future. Next up, we have Chelsea. Chelsea are 5th in the table right now. I've got to say, Chelsea have looked kind of shaky. Early on in the season, they had some draws to Southampton, had a draw to West Brom. Wasn't really looking too good, but On top of that, though, they have found a way to really, really come about, gel really nicely, and they've pulled together some really good results. So far, Hakeem Ziyech looked like the part, Timo Werner looked like the part, and they find a way to create some much-needed stability to that backline, which they so desperately needed last season. So Chelsea, for me, they're looking good right now. They look for them to continue to keep that momentum going. They're 5th in the league right now, still early on in the season, but we'll see how things go. Now we have Manchester United. Manchester United, 14th in the league. 14th in the league. I gotta say. And I'm being real here, but United have looked terrible. Let's be real. For a team of that caliber, they should not be playing like that. You should not be playing like that. You go from being PSG, a great win at that, beating RB Leipzig 5-0 to lose to Istanbul. Come on, what's going on here? United have looked terrible, right? 14th in the league, that's not good at all by their standards. And on top of that, that backline is still shaky. Now, what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needs to do is find a way to create much needed stability in that back line. Harry Maguire needs to be better in the back line. He's their captain, for crying out loud. He's over here getting done in by Istanbul, man. Are you kidding me? So they have to do better at that. But if they don't do better, look out for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer out. Because he might get sacked depending on how United fare for the rest of the season. You never know. But anyways, guys, now next up we have Tottenham. Next on my list is Tottenham. 2nd in the league. And I've got to say, since losing their opener matchup to Everton, they have looked really good, right? 2nd in the league, that's pretty good. Harry Kane looks involved in almost everything that he does on the pitch. Son has 8 goals. To be honest with you, Tottenham are looking really good. Gareth Bale got his goal the other day against Brighton. I've got to say, look out for Tottenham to really contend for top 4 this season. I didn't really see it too much, but it's happening right now. Through 8 games, it's happening. Really, really good stuff by Tottenham. Really, really good stuff, even though I hate him a lot. But on top of that, Jose Mourinho, who is known for being a really defensive-minded coach, has got them playing really inspiring offensive-minded football so far. So you can't complain if you're a Tottenham fan. You really can't complain. Guys, on top of that, before we go into the surprises, right? So we have Everton 7th and Leicester 1st. Now, Everton, Leicester, I kind of figured that both of them would be good this season, in some situations great. But Everton, for me, they were on top of the league at one point out of 7th. I mean, they've fallen apart a little bit, but still they've looked apart. Leicester, my goodness. You find a way to dismantle City 2-5. Well, beat them 5-2 in that retrospect. And then you come to Arsenal, you beat them 1-0. Listen, those are good results, great results. Considering the fact that some of those results, they were injured. Leicester have looked the part. 1st in the league, they're playing really, really fun football, scoring goals. Jamie Vardy is still leading that line. Leicester fans, you should be happy through 8 games. Now, what we've all been waiting for the surprises, and I'm even surprised too as I'm about to say this, but Southampton 4th, Aston Villa 6th. Now, Southampton, after losing their first 2 games, they've gone on to win 5 of the last 6 games. The only last result that they didn't win was against Chelsea, in which they came back to draw 3-3. Oh my goodness, Southampton, before we go to Aston Villa, Southampton have looked great. You got Danny Ings over here leading the charge. You've got James Ward-Prowse hitting free kicks like it's nothing, just having fun out there. Guys, to be honest with you, let me be honest. I don't really think that Southampton will be able to maintain this type of success throughout the whole season, to be honest with you. It's 8 games, it's pretty early. They're playing pretty good right now, but I don't think that they will maintain that for the rest of the season. But so far, they look pretty good. I gotta give them that respect. I gotta give them that credit, because for them to be at the top 4 at least, that's saying a lot. That is saying a lot, man. That's saying a lot. And last but not least, Aston Villa. Now, I wanted to say this team for last because Aston Villa has really caught my eye, man. I mean, 3 players. Jack Grealish, Ross Barkley, John McGinn. Those guys are bossing the midfield. Bro. and Ollie Watkins too at that. Oh, thank you, my good guy. Thank you. Cannot forget about Ollie Watkins because that guy has looked the part as well too. He's looked the part. But anyways, guys, when you find a way to dismantle a Liverpool, a healthy Liverpool side 7-2, speaking volumes. When you find a way to beat Leicester City, who is at the top of the table right now, 1-0, speaking volumes. When you come to the Emirates Stadium, in which you haven't won for some time, like this season is really crazy. Everybody's breaking records, but you know, when you haven't won for some time at the Emirates Stadium, and the Arsenal team, since moving to the Emirates Stadium, hasn't conceded 3 goals and lost by 3 goals or more. You are the first team to do that. I mean, these guys bossed us. Like, they ran over the whole midfield. They ran the whole show from start to finish. There was no ifs and buts about it. There was no, maybe if we got that player, things could change. Maybe, but they looked the part. Aston Villa right now are looking great. Looking great, man. Listen, Jack Grealish, I've got to say, I got to give him credit because I didn't really think that by him staying at Aston Villa was the right move for him. But obviously, I was wrong, and I'm sure a lot of people were wrong too because they're looking really good. If you're going from being almost relegated last season, fighting for relegation last season, to being 6th in the league so far this season, give him props because that to me is leaps and bounds of where I thought they would have been this season so far. So, guys, that's all we have for this national break recap. So far, we have some surprises, some uninspiring performances from different teams, and on top of that, some teams I thought that would do good, they're doing good right now too. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. How is your team done in the past 8 games? What needs to change for their teams and for your teams as well too? For their teams and your teams, that's funny. But anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to the video, to the channel. And always remember, as I grow, we grow together. Stay tuned for the next video. Boop.